What's up YouTube? It's Jasmine Marie and I'm back with another video. Jasmine Marie. I'm gonna interrupt this video for a short time to show you guys this beautiful 28-inch HD lace deep wave wig sent to me by Marlena Hair that you guys will see me wearing in this video. So make sure you guys go shop their hair. It's super soft, feels amazing, moves well, and I just love it and it looks great. So make sure you guys go shop their wigs. They have a variety of selections that you guys will see me wearing. Today's video is about a topic that I never thought I would be sharing on YouTube. I was always very embarrassed to share this story time, but I realized that sometimes me sharing stories of what I go through helps the next person. Before we even get to this video,
viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Jasmine and this is my story. My freshman year of college, I just graduated. It was the summertime. And I started dating this guy, and he was really charming, he was really sweet to me, and he was like perfect. If you guys know from my past YouTube videos, I have an ex-boyfriend who was very toxic, and he wasn't abusive physically, but he was very abusive mentally, and it just didn't work out, and I was very sad, and I didn't think I was going to be able to find anybody else so soon. But I did. For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna name this guy Chris. So me and Chris started dating. It was literally perfect. Like, he was such a gentleman. He would take me on dates, buy me flowers, just all the things that my ex-boyfriend didn't do. I was very emotionally invested into him very quickly. Summer passed, the fall came and went. We dated the whole fall semester. Things were perfect. But I will say, y'all, there will be little things that would happen that would just make me feel like, you know, maybe he's a little controlling, but at that time I thought it was love. He would tell me things like, oh, I don't want you to wear this, or if you go out with your friends, then I don't want to be with you. I want my girl to be at home. I want my girl to be, you know, reserved. So I kind of made adjustments to my life to kind of fit to him, to kind of make him happy, and I didn't think of it as a big deal at that time, but over time things started to get a little bit worse. I want to say in October, this was the first incident that I ever had with him. We were at a Halloween party and he didn't like the outfit that I was wearing, and he came over to me in the party while I was talking to a guy friend of mine, and he was smoking a blunt, and he literally took the blunt that he was smoking and ashed it on the side of my head. And he said, "What are you doing talking to another man? You're embarrassing me." I was super pissed and I was really confused because he had never done anything like that before. He had never put his hands on me, even raised his voice at me. So him doing that was just kind of like very out of the ordinary. Like, I didn't expect it. So I was just sitting there like, what? Like, did he really just ash on my head? I kind of brushed it off, and after I addressed him about it, he apologized and said he would like never do anything like that again. He was just really upset because all his friends were talking about me talking to this other guy who, you know, was my childhood friend. I didn't think anything of it. Sorry, y'all, this story is really emotional and personal to me, and like me even sharing it with you guys is really crazy. I never thought I'd be even talking about this story because it really made me feel like I wanted to kill myself. This incident really made me hit rock bottom, so me explaining it, if I get emotional, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to keep it together. After that incident where he ashed on my head, we would get into heated arguments, and it would always be about his insecurities. It would always be about maybe me liking a picture on Instagram, or me walking out the house in a crop top and shorts and he didn't like it. You know, it's just be little controlling things, and he would do things like, if I'm trying to leave the argument, he would grab me by my arm really hard and yank me back, you know, and it would always just be little things that I would brush under the rug. But now hindsight is of course 2020. I definitely should have realized the signs, but I was really in love with him. Like, he was really the person that took me out of my depression I was in from my last ex. Now that you guys kind of have background information, I'm about to talk about the incident that is on the thumbnail. It was New Year's, and I think it was 2020. New Year's 2020, and I decided that I was gonna go to a party with my friends. My boyfriend at the time, Chris, he didn't want to go. He told me that he was gonna be hanging out at one of his friends' house. He told me which friend's house. He told me to come over after the party. And I was with my little sister. I was with my friend. Her name is Sophie. She's my childhood friend. And I was with my cousin Michaela. So we all went to this party. We got super drunk. And then after New Year's, the 3, 2, 1 countdown, we ended up leaving the party and driving back to his house. On the way there though, all of my friends are in the car drunk and really don't know what's going on except for my little sister. She's not drunk. And I'm calling his phone and he's not answering. So it's very weird that he's not answering, because when I tell you, like, I would call him and on the first ring he would answer. I arrive at the place that he said he was going to be at, and his car was outside. He comes up the side of the house when he sees the lights, my lights, pull into the driveway. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what am I doing here?" He said, "I thought you said you were going to a party." And I was like, "Yeah, I was going to a party, but you know, you told me to come here after." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't think you were to come here after." And I'm like, "Why are you being weird? Like, why can't I come inside?" So he's acting so weird, you guys. He's like, "You can't come inside. You know, it's a bros night." And I'm like, "Are you gay? Like, what do you mean it's a bros night? Like, do you not want your girlfriend here?" And I brought 3 friends. It's 4 of us total. Like, why don't you want me to come inside? So I run down the hill and go to the back, and I realize that there is a girl in there, that the same girl that I caught in his phone a couple of times and he told me was nothing. And I'm not gonna lie, I literally blew up. I caused a scene. I literally threw a drink on her, went crazy, was yelling at him, all types of stuff, right? So I storm outside and he's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "That girl's nothing. She literally a friend. Like, that's why I didn't want you to come inside, because you're just gonna think it was something." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good on you." I said, "You were done. Like, you know what I went through with my ex. I don't deal with cheating. Like, you're cheating on me. I just seen it and I'm done. Like, I'm not fucking with you no more." And he said, "What?" He said, "You're done with me?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done with you. Like, I'm not finna keep playing with you." He grabbed me by my neck really, really, really hard. And he said, "Say it again." I said, "Say what again?" Like, and at this point, he's like gripping really, really hard. And I'm like, "I'm done." I have tears pouring down my eyes. And I'm like, "I'm done with you, right?" So he literally grabs my neck so hard, and his car is right behind me, and I'm like trying to walk back, and he slams my head onto the car. So my head hits the car and he's gripping my throat, and I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Let go of my throat." And at this point I'm crying. Like, I'm really, really crying. He's like, "You always doing too much. You're always doing too much. I told you that girl wasn't nothing. What do you mean we're done? We're not done." I was like, "Bro, we're done." He's like, "No, we're not." So then I'm trying to get him off of me, right? I'm trying to get his hand off my throat. And he literally will not move his hand. His grip is getting so tight. I literally feel like I cannot even breathe. So I kick him in his shin, because like, I want him to get off me. I kick him in his shin, and I kick him in his shin, and he spits in my face. I've literally never had a man disrespect me so much that you spit in my face. He spit in my face, and I literally get so mad that I like claw his face, right? I claw his face, and he punches me. He punches me full speed, like a grown-ass man. Like, a grown-ass man punched me in my face. He opened his door and pushed my head. Like, if you guys see, I'm gonna insert a picture right here. I had a gash on my head. My head hit the door so hard, and I fell to the ground, and he kicked me in my head. He kicked me in my head. He was punching me, all this. So at this point, My sister from the car can see what's happening. She hops out, and my little sister is trying to fight him. He's not trying to fight my little sister. He keeps on trying to attack me, right? He punched me in my lip. That's how my lip got busted. He was pulling my hair, like just causing a scene, like doing all this to me. And at the time, I couldn't even process what was going on, except for the fact like this nigga's really putting his hands on me right now. I couldn't even think. I run to my car. He runs behind me. I close my door right before he could grab me. He was trying to grab me. I close my door. He runs up to the door and kicks my door. He full speed kicks my door. Left a big ass dent in my door with a car I just fucking paid for. Like, he went to the car and said that he had a gun and he was finna kill me. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? My sister is screaming, she's crying, I'm crying. My friend is drunk as fuck, doesn't even know what's going on, and my cousin's crying. I literally start driving. I drive away and he's following me. So we end up coming out of his neighborhood, his friend's neighborhood. We end up coming out of his friend's neighborhood. And I'm driving 100 miles per hour on a fucking back street, dark as fuck. This nigga's chasing me, honking his horn, yelling out the window, calling my phone back to back to back, chasing me. He tries to hit the back of my car. I'm speeding. We get on this interstate that's very, very heavily patrolled by police. It's like I'm cutting cars. He's cutting cars. He's trying to get to me. And I literally just don't know what to do. I finally get away from him. I finally lose him in the car chase. And I end up going to my friend's house, the drunk one, to get her some clothes so we could go back to my house. And I literally am in the bathroom on the floor just bawling like, bro, this nigga just hit me. Like, and my friends knew, my sister knew, my mom knew, everybody knew how much I loved him. So for him to just put his hands on me and have my face looking like that, like my face was fucked up. Like I didn't even want to go home and tell my mom what just happened, because I was at home for a little bit. I didn't even want to tell my mom what just happened. I didn't even want to tell my brother, bro. He calls me, right? He calls me from a block number. I pick up and he goes, why did you make me do that to you? I FaceTime him immediately. I said, bro, look at my face. I'm crying. Look at my face. Look what you just did to my face. And he's like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You made me do that. You hit me first. And my friend's like, you dumb as fuck if you go back to him. You dumb as fuck if you listen to him. Like, how could you fuck my face up like this? Like, I'm your girlfriend. You said you love me. Like, you put your hands on me. I can never forgive you for that. Like, never forgive you for that. So after I left my friend's house, I went to my house, and he was at my house waiting for me. He wasn't on no violent shit right then. It's like he was bipolar. Like, he had a switch. I'm like, because I caught you cheating. I didn't even hit you first because I caught you cheating. You're gonna put your hands on me? You gonna hit me? He's sitting there apologizing. This nigga gets on his knees. Like, my sister yelling at him. My sister trying to fight him again. Like, it's just a whole bunch of crazy shit. But y'all, from that experience alone, like, I just want you, I'm gonna insert the picture again. I just want y'all to look at my face. Don't be me. Domestic violence is not okay. After this situation, y'all, I cut him off completely. I got away from him because that is not okay. A man putting his hands on a woman is not okay. Women putting their hands on men is not okay either. But I just want anybody watching this story time to just understand the effects that toxic relationships. From this situation, I'm fucked up. I have trust issues, like, with men. If a man even steps too close to me, I'm scared. Like, and a lot of people, my mom, my sister, didn't understand why I didn't call the police on him. I honestly should have, but they didn't understand why I didn't. I was too traumatized. He made me feel like it was my fault. He made me feel like I was in the wrong for catching him. He made me feel like I was stupid or I wasn't good enough, or, you know, all these different things. Like, I really got into a really dark place. I wanted to kill myself. Like, my face was fucked up for a little minute. Like, I didn't want to do anything. So, y'all just hear me out when I say this. Like, be careful. Choose your men wisely. If you're a young girl out there watching this, and you're going through something like this and you continue to go back, or you think it's your fault or anything like that, just know it's not your fault, and I hope you find the courage to leave and better yourself, because it's only gonna get worse. And if the guy who is watching this, who did this to me, who hurt me, who left marks on my face, who traumatized me and my sister, and left an impression on me that night, I hope you just know, like, I'm way stronger than you now. Yeah, until the next video. My next video is not gonna be this deep and you know, so I love you guys. I love whoever's watching this. I love you guys. Please be safe.